The sound of bombing rings out in Shastia, a town in the self-proclaimed Republic of Luhansk that lies on the front line of the Ukraine-Russia conflict. This could be a taste of what's to come for residents here.
We rushed to the basement with flashlights. Then the bombing stopped. But when we came out, the blasts start again. It's scary, of course.
Half a world away in Washington, the U.S. President Joe Biden began rolling out the repercussions for Russia after it ordered troops into 2 separatist regions of eastern Ukraine.
We've cut off Russia's government from Western financing. It can no longer raise money from the West and cannot trade in its new debt on our markets or European markets either.
Russia's parliament has now given formal authority for troops to deploy outside the country. Moscow says the soldiers will carry out peacekeeping tasks, a claim many in the international community say is without merit.
I'm also concerned about the perversion of the concept of peacekeeping. I'm proud of the achievements of UN peacekeeping operations in which so many blue helmets have sacrificed their lives to protect civilians. When troops of one country enter the territory of another country without its consent, they are not impartial peacekeepers. They are not peacekeepers at all.
Western leaders condemned Putin's move, declaring it a violation of Ukrainian sovereignty. A new raft of sanctions against Moscow soon followed, with the UK targeting 5 Russian banks and 3 high-net-worth individuals. Germany halted the approval of the controversial Nord Stream 2 pipeline, designed to carry gas from Russia to Europe.
President Putin does not just violate the Minsk agreement, he also does away with the basic principles as outlined in the United Nations Charter on the peaceful coexistence of peoples.
And the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken canceled a meeting with his Russian counterpart scheduled for Thursday.
Now that we see the invasion is beginning and Russia has made clear its wholesale rejection of diplomacy, it does not make sense to go forward with that meeting at this time.
That announcement made alongside the Ukrainian Foreign Minister, whose visit to Washington included stops at the Pentagon and the White House, urging increased support for Ukraine and additional sanctions on Russia, something Kyiv had hoped to see long before Moscow moved its tanks. But there was no backing down from Putin. He called for international recognition of Crimea as part of Russia and an end to Ukraine's NATO membership bid.
The best solution to this issue would be for the current Kiev authorities themselves to refuse to join NATO and essentially maintain neutrality.
Both demands are considered unacceptable to the Western military alliance, which says it maintains an open-door policy for Ukraine to one day join. Back in Shastia, many residents can only watch and wait.